Hey y'all, let's do a reading, shall we? We're going to do an update for Gemini. Doing an update of all the mutable signs as we go into 2025. So I've already shuffled. We have the star. And again, this is an update for Gemini based on my last journey through all of the zodiac signs. So watch that if you're not up to date. But we start with the star on the bottom, and the bottom cards have been pretty significant in the readings that I've been doing. The Chariot brings the star in, so a lot of movement. Oh, Jesus Christ, Gemini. King of Wands. Death. Death is coming up a lot in these mutable signs. Six of Cups also. And the Nine of Cups. Oh, wow. And that, ooh, is that upside down? Well, damn. We got to take this card too then. This is a reverse strength card. It's a very important message from the universe that we need to pay attention to and address. Wow. I'll also tell you that Three of Wands is at the bottom of that, or driving the reverse strength card. The Three of Wands is incredibly important to all signs, but especially the mutable signs right now. It's like I was telling Virgo, like the energy is there for you to harvest the best potential for all mutable signs. The energy is there. Doesn't mean we can slack and everything's going to come to us having a great year. Oh, this is 2025. It's wonderful for mutable signs. Does that mean we can just let it happen? And no. It's like we have to harvest what we have planted seeds for. And if we haven't planted seeds, now is the time to plant seeds, and then we can harvest throughout the year. It will be a bumper crop no matter what we put out into the universe. So that being said, Gemini, you have a very bumper crop here. I think the only thing, other than, we'll deal with this separately, but in these four cards, okay, hold on. There's a lot here, and I love this for you. King of Wands, Commander-in-Chief, as they say. This is the Tesla concept that she used for this. Did y'all see that Tesla blow up in front of Trump Towers? Do you think that was, leave a comment if you think that was a staged event or a act of terrorism or a accident. All right. Gemini, you don't have any opinions on that. I know you don't, just like I don't. Okay. King of Wands. King of Wands. I'm seeing you very much in charge of your love life this year. I think you've had a rough going of it for maybe even many years, maybe decades. But I'm seeing you very much calling the shots in your love life. And I'm very happy for you. Again, like there is this sense also of you calling the shots in your love life is for the greater good. You having a backbone, you demanding what you are attracted to and not settling, that is, that's going to be for the greater good. So really, don't settle. Unless you want to see the fall of mankind. I'm just kidding. Kind of. Okay. King of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands underneath. We have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Wands again. Damn. There is some passionate, confident, you're just full of yourself in such a good way. Like this energy is so attractive. Ooh, I'm getting hot just thinking about it. This energy is very attractive, is very powerful, is very, very, like you don't just seem confident, is you're exuding confidence. Like it is coming out of your pores. And everybody, the entire world can see it. Like people can feel it 3 states away. This is powerful stuff. And I think it's really important to sort of revel in it, but also to realize that it can be blown out quickly. It's important to stay steady in it. To stay steady in it and to maintain the, if something makes you feel good, do more of that. So what I mean by that is if you get this shift of consciousness and you're like, hey, I actually think I'm a blonde, and go blonde. Like if you actually feel better doing something, whether it's you rent a car and all of a sudden, oh, I actually love Volvos, what the hell? Or like these things, you'll find things that boost your confidence and that sort of give you that bump. Keep doing them. Like even if it costs more than you want to pay, even if it's a sacrifice in other aspects of your life, hang on to those things that give you that boost of confidence, of sex appeal, of energy that you like. Your aura is going to change and you're going to know it. So when you find those things, really hold on to them and make sure that they become part of your routine, because well, now is a really good time to have a routine, that's for sure. And if you don't, it's going to come in and go out. And that equilibrium unbalance is going to make you dizzy. You're going to have energy vertigo. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want you to have highs and lows, difficulty, and then no. So stay in those things. And that would be my advice. This is my interpretation of the energy as it is here, is stay with the things and make sure you incorporate more of the things that actually make you feel really good. Let's say like tarot reading. Let's say that makes you feel good. Great. Make sure you do it every day. Painting, whatever creative aspects that you have in your life, if they build your confidence and make you exist on a higher plane and you know it, do those things and make sure you do them every day in this energy, because having that boost of confidence is going to carry you through this entire next chain of events. Okay, you ready? Death card. Why is the Death card here? Why is the Death card here? Really? Already? Oh my gosh. Okay. The World's on the bottom. That's important. The 8 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the 10 of Cups and the Emperor. All right, guys, especially gals. Gals, let's talk. Let's have a little moment. Let's have a tay-to-tay. Let's spill the tea. You Gemini women, or those who have more feminine energy than masculine energy, you might have gotten sideswiped by this Emperor in the past. Okay, what do I mean by all this? Okay, let me unriddle my riddle. All right, so there's some of us Geminis who are in our feminine energy, or who have been for the most part, who have maybe gotten wrapped up in a fantastical idea of a partnership with a soulmate or a person of interest who we really had all of our hopes and dreams pinned on, and we really wanted it to work out. In fact, we worked very, 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 very hard for this. And we forgave and we accepted and we reconciled and we developed temperance and we developed patience and we developed forgiveness because we were so sure that this was our soulmate. This is a very specific portion of you, but yet this soulmate is is many aspects of the emperor. Okay? They aren't quite at that emperor place yet, except in their ego. If this is resonating with you, I want you to pay very special attention, and this is not going to be easy, but it's what needs to happen. I know that you've worked hard. I know that you have grown. You've developed. This relationship with this emperor had a place in your life. It really, really did. And you developed all kinds of amazing skills and amazing abilities during this period where you idolized them. You put them on a pedestal. You thought they were the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread, and you wanted them to succeed more than you wanted yourself to succeed. And that's the problem, because now, my friends, my Gemini feminine energies, this needs to end. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen to me. Absolutely end. If by some God-given miracle this emperor is in any way responsible and mature enough to help you end this and create something new with you, great. Wonderful. I'm very, very happy for you, but still a bit skeptical. Otherwise, it's time to end the whole thing. And I think you're already there. Most of you have already gotten to this point. Does that make sense? Did I say that enough? You have such potential now and such capacity now, and you've grown past this emperor. And so if they are not willing to move forward into this new relationship that you could build together based in truth and putting no one on a pedestal, either way, you both showing up as humans and creating something real, if that's not possible, it's not possible. And the universe and I say you need to let it go. You really need to end it. Really just stop. You've worked hard. You've dreamt the impossible dream, and it's impossible for most of you. What you're getting, if you're able to do that, is 10 times better in terms of a soulmate connection than what you had. You can believe me or not, but that's the truth. You know what was driving the world, by the way? The chariot. Again, the chariot's driving the world. The chariot's driving the star. The two most important, most powerful cards in the deck. It's not the lovers, you guys. It's the star and it's the world. And both of those cards had the chariot underneath. It's coming for you. You cannot stay idolizing this person, though. Okay, you ready? 6 of Cups. This is for a few of you, but, you know, hopefully it reaches y'all. For those of you who it's not for, you're just going to have to disregard it. If it doesn't resonate and you've been with a perfect person this whole time, then mazel tov. If you've been with no one, then mazel tov. I would invite you to look within and see what you are putting on a pedestal. What is your ideal? What is this beautiful, fantastical life that you've dreamt up in your imagination that isn't sustainable, that cannot come to fruition based on events that you have experienced in 2024? Okay, that's all. And evaluate that and do with that what you will. 6 of Cups, we have the 2 of Pentacles on the bottom. Choosing between 2 soulmates. Yeah, This is a spiritual situation that you're in, right? As I will say, like, how do we express spirituality? In love. Love is spirituality, period. If you're able to connect with love through love to your source, love to another person, love to an animal, you're connecting with spiritual energy. But there's a choice you need to make. I think it's difficult, and I will tell you this, that again, every reading is influenced by the reader as well as the time in which it's pulled. I try as hard as I can to parse myself out of these readings, but we're pulling a Gemini reading. I'm a Gemini, so some of this is going to resonate strongly with me, yeah? And so I try not to talk about those things that resonate strongly with me, but I don't know who else they're applicable to, so I kind of got to give you everything. And that's just the way it is. And that's the way it is for all tarot readers. So just so you know. So Six of Cups has that loving, has that history, has that soulmate connection, whether it's a soulmate to a purpose, a place, a thing, this soul's true purpose, and this great love, this undying great cup of love that exists within you. But there's a little bit of there's an internal reservoir, I think, that you're building of this love before you start broadcasting it everywhere. What do I mean by that? I think the love for yourself is most important. It's almost like Gemini, that Gemini is twins, which is a great metaphor, but it's almost like you're twinning, like your soulmate connection with the dichotomy that you have within yourself is coming together, and nurturing that relationship, this soul connection between your twins is what's most important. And I know that sounds so woo-woo, but I understand it because I understand the dichotomy of that, and I think you will too. It's nurturing the connection between your understandings. We see things sometimes from multiple perspectives because we're, number one, the mutable sign, and also because we see dichotomy with such ease, because we see different perspectives very easily. It's time to kind of marry those different perspectives and recognize that they're really all one. Really get to the heart of any connection, the heart of any perspective, the heart of any idea. Like, I think your unlimited potential and your growth during this next period is in getting to the heart of any matter. Just laying it down. Just getting to the center, the juicy little nugget and truth of every single thing. That will get you far, whether it's in relationships, whether it's with community, whether it's in a meeting, whether it's in a bar, whether it's in an email conversation, just because you can pick it out, because you can see what commonalities different perspectives have, and so you can find the heart of any situation. Whew. Okay. Let's do Nine of Cups. Let's do Nine of Cups, because we're going to have a whole thing dedicated to the Strength card. I just kind of like, I want to get this over with and get on with my life. Lord. Maybe it's too much caffeine. I don't know. Nine of Cups. No. We won't judge you for the BMW. Okay. Got the Empress on the bottom of the Nine of Cups. Yes. The Eight of Swords, the Devil, and Strength. Yeah. And all of this is brought to you by contentment, right? The Nine of Cups. Contentment in love and life and emotions and in this sort of, in that connection to the universe. You've still got some stuff to deal with. I'm not saying it's going to, like I said at the beginning of this, it doesn't all just come to you. You've got battles to fight. You do. But it is your inner strength. And I think for all Geminis, I wouldn't mind if you got into your Empress, into your feminine energy a little bit more empathetic, caring, nurturing. I think that's going to go far, especially when you're looking at diplomatic situations. And those are going to come up a lot for you. You're going to be the calm, cool, collected one in the middle of the room who can work as a mitigator. You got to be strong in the face of adversity, basically. And through that, though, through that strength in adversity, through that strength in the coming trials, you're going to find your contentment. You have potential also. And look what was underneath the Empress, the Tower. You have potential also of, I mean, look at the cards that we put down to begin with. We've got a lot of strong cards that bring a lot of prosperity. But, you know, I was telling Pisces and I was telling Virgo that it's really their year to make a shit ton of money. I think you might have to work a little bit harder for it, but it's still there. It's still there. I think your reward is going to be, I'm going to be cheesy and don't throw anything at the screen, where however you're watching this, I'm going to be, but your reward is greater than money. Sorry, don't leave any nasty comments. Don't hunt me down. But I really think that is true. Your reward is going to be greater than financial gains, you know? There's a lot of contentment. There's a lot of self-contentment in this energy for you. In years where you've struggled and grown so much, and there's been such an emphasis on brutal transformation. I think now if you get through these last few challenges and you're really able to level up in the ways that you can and move past these things that are holding you back, I think you can really get to a place in your career, in your money, in your wealth to sit back and be content and really that sounds pretty damn great to me. All right, the Strength card reversed. Challenges. What did I say earlier about challenges? We've got the King of Cups. The King of Cups can be, in its reversed state, can be a little too emotional, can be a little too easy to cry, can make decisions based in emotion. So this is, you know, sort of the heads up from the universe. Yeah, there's so for those of you not watching, for the reverse Strength card, we have the Four of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Three of Swords. It doesn't have to be like that, okay, you guys? It does not have to be like that. Let's remember what the bottom card was, okay? Um, this is this is this is absolute no good. Absolute no good. And I think the message is becoming more of a warning from the universe. And that's why I knew that strength card reverse needed to be explained. You have in this energy, you're going to be very attractive. And some of you might inadvertently transfer pain that you have from this into new people. So really deal with this. And the only way you can really deal with this is authentic behavior and the truth. So if you're truthful with these situations that you've been in and these people, and they are not able to meet you where you are, then you need to be okay with letting them go. And the same over here is you're going to have this attractive empress feminine energy, this really strong pull that others are going to find you very attractive. This energy, this aura, is going to sort of outweigh this pain until they get to know you. And then you're going to break their hearts. And being the energy that we're in right now, if you go into situations like that unhealed and you start hurting other people, you're going to get slapped really hard from the universe. Really hard. If you go into anything unhealed, unthoughtful, unprepared, not unrehearsed. You can go in unrehearsed because you're leading from your heart, but you do have to leave the past in an understanded way. You have to understand your past. How's that? I'll speak English. You have to understand your past in order to go into anything new, okay? And you have to also settle it, yeah? And if somebody can't meet you where you need to be met, that's settled. Okay. All right then. Thank you. Thank you very much for the lessons that I learned, Mr. Emperor. I recognize that we cannot be at the same place right now. I will move on. And you move on, perfect. This doesn't happen. But if you don't take care of this, and if you're still upset and in anguish, you're going to turn this into a very bittered, antagonistic, heartbroken, very aggressively angry energy. And you don't want to do that, right? There's just a couple of you that might be inclined to do that. And the universe says no. I mean, God dang it. The Strength card reversed, the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. As much as I said this driven by the Chariot, this driven by the Chariot was the best, this is absolutely the worst. This is the worst. This is worse than the Devil. Much worse than the Devil. Because the Devil's just negative energy. The Devil is just negative energy that we can choose to ignore. But all this, what are you doing? Your greater good is also the same as the collective greater good right now. Being a mutable sign and being able to surf these waves of energy better than most people is really going to help you. And you're in a great place to do all the wonderful things. But just like the Gemini dichotomy that exists, there's really good stuff happening. Really good stuff happening because the lessons that you've learned, amazing, and you can transmute that into really successful, content, amazing possibilities and find a soulmate 10 times better than the one you thought you had, okay? Or You could go the entire polar opposite and really turn it into a shit show. I don't think you want to do that. Let's not do that, okay? If you've got issues that you want to deal with, that you feel like you need to deal with, you need to talk about them, okay? Communication is the greatest strength of a Gemini. Communicate this. You need to tell people. A friend of mine said, first of all, I recently had a pretty traumatic experience. A lot of violence, a lot of blood involved. And my friend said, because I was having trouble going to sleep afterwards because it kept going through my head. And the images specifically. And so the images of this were really keeping me from finding sleep. And so my friend said, and I told her about it, and she said, well, you need to talk to me about what happened. You need to tell me in detail what you saw and how it happened, because that's the only way you can move past this, is you need to speak about it. She's like, that's how you work. And she's right. And that's what I would say to you, is you need to tell somebody about this, especially if you haven't, because you're ashamed, because people don't know about it, because it's been kind of a situation. You need to tell people about this with respect, okay? Don't go airing anybody's dirty laundry, but you can come at it from your perspective and how you were hurt and how you feel, right? You can tell the experience as from your point of view, right? Don't go, creating stories and doing fucking TikToks about it, because that will put you right into here. You'll be damaging other people. Just respectfully, maybe you want to see a professional, maybe you have a best friend, just respectfully and carefully tell them what happened and how you're hurt, and who, you don't even have to tell them who it is. But it's important to communicate that. It's important to communicate this new passion, this love. It's important to communicate with these new people that you meet, as you are so attractive. And it's important to continue to define what your contentment is, and do it openly. Do it, communicate through your art, through your writing, through your voice, whatever you need to do. All right, Gemini, this was a long one. If you reach the end of this, please leave a comment, because I'm curious to know how you fall on this spectrum of Gemini evolution. Thanks, guys.